This first episode, I'm gonna address one of the most frequent questions that I get, and that is, Rob, what does your everyday look like? You know, you might be imagining some sort of Batman lifestyle, but it's pretty normal other than some interesting habits that I've developed. So for example, when I wake up, I have no idea what time it is. I don't really care. I never use an alarm clock. I never keep my phone in the bedroom. And I'll tell you why. It's because we have this tendency to check our phone the first thing in the morning. Check your emails, your messages, WhatsApp, Facebook, and you start replying, and it puts you in this reactive mode, you know, where you're reacting to what other people are sort of sending your way, instead of being proactive and kind of defining what it is that I am going to do today, how I'm going to conquer it today on my own sort of terms. And instead I was, you know, responding and sometimes replying to emails and stuff right away. You don't want to do that. That stuff can wait. So that's a little tip I have for everyone. Try to kill that habit. It's not easy. It'll really change the way your whole day goes by. Oh shit. I zoomed in. Other than that, you know, I've been battling with insomnia for most of my life, which is really tough. At the same time, you know, overcoming it's made me really tough, and I figured out how to deal with it. A lot of people deal with insomnia, you know, from time to time or chronically. And if you look here, I have all these gadgets around my bed. It looks like life support or something in a hospital. Over here we have something called the chili pad, and this is a recommendation I got from one of the chapters in Tim Ferriss's new book, Tools of the Titans. Everything I mentioned in these vlogs I'll link to in the comments section, so go ahead and just check it out later. But the chili pad, essentially, the concept is that we sleep better in cooler temperatures. And what this thing does, it cools your mattress, pumps water through it, cooling it down to a nice, what is it, 55 Fahrenheit, which I think is like 14 Celsius. I set it at the minimum. And over here, we have the white noise machine. I travel with this thing everywhere I go. You can hear it humming now. It dampens out any sort of annoying noises, you know, from your neighbor putting on heels and walking around in the middle of the night. You know, I say that, but that actually happened to me. Over here we have a humidifier air filter. This is just the air purifier. It shows in real time how much pollution there is. It's unfortunate, but Krakow's pretty polluted, so I have 8 of these in my apartment. Here, that's not an air purifier. Here, that's 4 now. Well, we keep going. Here, and here. There's an 8th one somewhere, but I don't know where. So the next thing I do is take a shower, but cold shower. When I say cold, I'm not talking about like lukewarm. I'm talking about full-on cold. The reason I do this is because I used to like wake up feeling like crap, and I'd have to figure out how the hell am I gonna survive this day? So I try to shock my system, you know, and just take that cold water. As unpleasant as it was, it would really wake me up, it would get my circulation going. And I found that doing that every day, kind of forcing myself to take that cold shower, put me in this mindset that I'm ready to conquer the day regardless of how I feel, just by starting it off by doing something I don't necessarily want to do. And I think life and success and achieving what you want is often about conquering your own lack of will to do the things that you know you need to, you should do, and just doing them anyway. Like every day I do a lot of stuff that I just don't necessarily want to, because I've become accustomed to just doing that. I find that by default, humans, that we choose to avoid certain difficult and challenging situations. You just gotta break through that, and I think that's one of the things that really, if I compare old Rob to new Rob, is that the new me just goes and does the stuff, and the old me would avoid it and be lazy and just curl up and cry. So when I was like 12 or 13 years old, my dad bought me a pull-up bar. And it's something that I've always had in every place I've lived in. I think it's a great exercise. I've set myself something that's called a mini habit of doing a minimum of 20 a day. I started off low. I used to do 10 a day, and now I do 20. And it's just something that it keeps you fit. And I honestly recommend everybody to get a pull-up bar. Front grip and reverse grip. You know, as you age, I think stretching becomes even more important than exercise. So I just do some stretches that help stretch out my back after sleeping. So mini habits is it's a concept invented by a guy called Stephen Guise, and I read about it in his book, How to Be an Imperfectionist. And it's a concept where you set a target for yourself that's realistic just so you start doing things, because if you set too high a target, it's easy to not do whatever it is you want to do. And the key is that emotions follow actions. So if you just start doing, you know, even one pull-up a day, before you know it, you'll be doing 10. Alright. So, after all that, I always have a quick breakfast. I systematize my breakfast. I don't like thinking about too much about what I'm gonna have. I have my power smoothie with water. I don't drink milk. I try to avoid dairy products. I'm not lactose intolerant. I think I feel better. I love my nut butters, peanut butter, cashew butter, pecan brazzle. I do scoop of whey powder. This is the best one I think you can get. It's got no lactose. Really good brand that just came out with the best whey protein. So instead of ice, I prefer some frozen berries. You know, it's important to know, I think I don't eat carbs in the morning. I try to keep my diet high in protein and even higher in fat. It's like called ketosis. I'm not strictly in ketosis, but I just avoid carbs. I only eat carbs before I train and sometimes after I train. Scoop of vanilla whey. Oh yes! This is the secret sauce. MCT is a fascinating thing. It's a medium chain triglyceride. It's a type of fat that's metabolized by your body very quickly. So you can actually feel like this crazy energy kick like within 30-40 minutes of having this stuff. It's pretty tough on the stomach, so when you start taking it, you start with a smaller dose. I'm at around 1.5 now of these scoops. You know what I feel? I feel like peanut butter today. Look at that. Oh yeah. All right. Oh man. It looks delicious. Amazing. Not only is this really healthy, it's really quick. It's delicious. Healthy, quick, and delicious. I look forward to this. It's like a reward. You know, when it's sunny, I like to go upstairs and enjoy it. Just take a moment out of your... I'm gonna put on my bathrobe. Let's go. The terrace is still a bit of a mess after the winter. The view is beautiful. I think it's just important to take a moment out of your day just to enjoy the simple things, you know? I used to wake up and always feel like I was in a rush to go somewhere, even though I had no meetings or anything. Just always kind of like anxious and just rushing everywhere. And I'm just now learning to kind of take time out of my life. Just enjoy, you know, the little moments. You start to realize, I think, with age that life is nothing but a composition of little moments. So why rush through them? Let me show you around a little bit. So we're in Krakow right now, in the Jewish district. This is where I live. Over there you see the famous castle, built in the 1400s. It's pretty epic. And I actually live, a lot of people think this is creepy, but I live on a cemetery. You can see over there. It's one of the oldest Jewish cemeteries in Poland, I believe. Some of these graves are 400 or 500 years old. I find it kind of strangely like comforting. It just reminds me of the temporary nature of life and just something I embrace to kind of seize every day, and or at least try to. It doesn't bother me at all. All right, guys, it's been nice chilling here, but it's time to go to the office. You know, I feel like the luckiest man on earth, looking forward to go to work every day. It's indescribable. I wish everybody felt that. I think the world would be a better place. Thank you for watching, and make sure to check out the second episode.